Today, I would like to talk a little bit about the relationship, all kinds of relationship. It could be friendship, boyfriend and girlfriend, marriage relationship. But there are two things I would like to draw into this. Number one, I'd like to take us to a Bible book. Let's look at Philippians chapter 4, verse 6 to 8. It says something very simple, which I would like to talk about. Very little. Be careful for nothing. And it goes on to say other things. Be careful for nothing. The Bible says you have to be careful for nothing. Be careful for nothing. What does that mean? Have you ever been in a situation where you're having an issue with somebody, be it a friend, spouse, whoever, and you try to ask them what the matter is? What's the problem? Are you okay? And their response will be, nothing, I'm fine. Nothing. Hmm. Nothing is really dangerous, isn't it? That is why the Bible says, be careful for nothing. Maybe. Now, let me take us many steps back again to what Benjamin Franklin said, which seems to resonate with that. Be careful for nothing. Benjamin Franklin says, and I quote, be careful of little leaks, for little leaks can sink a mighty ship. It means little leak can sink a mighty ship. You know why? Because as humans, we often overlook those little leaks around the ship, and that is where the water will be seeping into the ship. And before you know, the ship is gone. But when it comes to something big, we pay attention to it. I will use an illustration to help us understand this. Let's say this is a ship, and let's use this as the relationship. This is the relationship. They both have ship, isn't it? Good. Big relationship, robust relationship, very nice relationship, massive. Everyone can see this. It can float in the air. Big relationship. Now, common sense will tell you and I that if I take this relationship near fire, it's going to burst. It will be damaged. Therefore, I'll keep it away from fire. I'll protect it. If I bring a knife close to this, it's going to burst. Therefore, I'll make sure there will be no knife. So we pay attention to those big, massive things that will destroy the relationship. But we don't pay attention to those little things that are capable of damaging it without us knowing. Those things that often come as nothing. Are you okay? I'm fine. Is anything the matter? Nothing. I'm good. A typical example of these little things. And that is why I'm putting on this to make sure you understand what I'm talking about. This is a thread. And this is a needle. It represents those little things that are often negligible. We don't even care about those tiny things. Now, watch how something as small as a needle will do to this. And the relationship is gone just with this tiny needle. Now, if I pierce this needle into this balloon, it doesn't matter how much I blow and try to inflate this balloon. It will swell and it didn't go down. And I'll be struggling. But because of a tiny hole in this balloon, no matter how much air I try to apply, it will never inflate it. And I'll keep trying. And that is why, no wonder Benjamin Franklin said, be careful of little leaks like these. We don't pay attention to the needle. You're in a relationship, there are big things happening. You are busy protecting those big things. But there are little things like this that can pop into that relationship and destroy it. Things you don't pay mind to, things you ignore, things that make no sense whatsoever. You wouldn't even imagine in a million years that something like that is capable of boom, busting a sweet, big relationship. That is why Benjamin Franklin said, be careful of small leaks because they can sink a mighty ship. And the Bible says, be careful for nothing. I hope you understand. May the Lord open our eyes to pay more attention to those tiny things that are capable of causing massive disaster to our relationship. God bless you.